The Longines Dubai Sheema Classic up next, and the first horse to look at is Khalif. He ran a big race in the Neom turf last time. Stepping up in trip should certainly help him. He can be a little bit slow out of the stalls, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Okay, this is number 2. This is DRC, who was 5th in the Juddmonte International at York last year. Represents Japan, who've just won, of course, the Dubai turf. They look to win both of the big turf races on the day. Other chances, of course, as well. Christophe Soumillon, who rides, won this a decade ago with Dolnea.
Number 3, Giavolotto, has reached new heights recently. He was seriously impressive in the Hong Kong Vase. Back to this trip seems to have helped him unlock further improvement. He's a strong traveller, and at the moment he's taken the occasion pretty well.
And number 4 is the reigning champ, Rebels Romance. No horse has won 2 Sheema Classics. That might all change in a few minutes' time. He's won races in Qatar, America, Germany, Hong Kong, here, Britain. He is the most extraordinary horse, and he bids to cap it off with a double in this race.
Number 5 is a French raider, Calandigan. What a season he had. His 3-year-old year was unbelievable. He ran a mighty race behind City of Troy in the Juddmonte. He also finished 2nd in the QE2 as well. He goes well fresh. He looks an absolute picture, and he could be the young and improving horse in this race.
Number 7 comes next. That is Owen Burrows' Dear Mile, who was 6th in the Red Sea Turf Handicap in Riyadh. That after a slower start, very slow start. Back down in trip again, and actually finished 4th in the Derby at Epsom last year.
Number 8 is Shin Emperor, who had a smooth success in the Neon Cup last time. He's got some European form that links in with a couple of these. He was 3rd when running on in the Irish Champions Stakes back in the end of the season. A bit below form in the Arc, however, but nice to see him bounce back with a victory in Saudi.
And number 9 is Savinia. She's a filly for Sunday Racing who have won this race before. Thinking back in the day with Gentle Donna. Savinia won the Grade 1 Shuka Show last autumn, 4th in the Japan Cup. She would love a good gallop to charge her.
And finally, to bring up the field is number 6, Danon Desile, who was a Japanese Derby winner last year ahead of Shin Emperor. He's a pretty solid performer. He's often right up there in the winner's enclosure. He's going to have to put up a career best, but it wouldn't be a shock.
This is the best race on turf in the UAE. It is one of the most special contests, and it has been won by some true giants of the global racing game. It is the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic, 24-10 on the hallowed Meydan turf. Khalif heads them. DRC, one of a very strong hand for Japan. Giavolotto, former stayer, now very good mile-and-a-half horse. Rebels Romance, can he make it back-to-back wins in the race? Calandigan, the coming force in France, goes in the colours of the succession, His Highness the Aga Khan, and of course the new retained rider, Mikel Barcelona. Danon Desile, Dear Mile, Shin Emperor and Savinia. They are your runners for a very special horse race.
Well, I'm joined by Marco Botti, the trainer of Giavellotto, who has reached new heights since dropping back down to this trip. He was so impressive in the Hong Kong Vase. How's he trained since?
Yeah, as you said, it was very impressive in Hong Kong. It's been good. I've been happy with his prep, and everything has gone well. He handled the preliminary. It's quite busy this evening, but he just got a little bit on his toes here, but otherwise it's been fine. And yeah, he seems a bit more relaxed than he used to. Before racing he used to get quite warm, so it's not as bad as he was a 3-year-old. So overall, we're happy with him.
Good, and also, I suppose, having a Sheen on board who's now developed such a good relationship with him, you must be filled with a bit more confidence knowing that he knows the horse inside and out.
Well, obviously, it's a good partnership of Sheen and the horse. He knows him inside out, and it's that kind of horse, he needs a jockey understand him, and Oshina seems to have the right manner, and he gets him switched off, and that's what he needs. So.
Well, good luck. I hope it all unfolds nicely for you.
Thank you very much.
Right, best turnout time. This is the last of the $1,500 races to the winning groom, and well done to this winning groom of Rebels Romance, and he's won this race before. Congratulations to Major Singh. He takes home $1,500. That is being presented by the BHI Advertising CEO, Mr. Aliesa. There is that Aliesa handshake we've seen so often at Meydan this year. Our thanks to him, and well done to Major Singh.
So congratulations, one final time. Best tap on course. Well done, Camilla. Congratulations to you. Well done, Camilla. And so we come to the final part of the evening. Maz, over to you.
Camilla, please tell us where...
Okay, everyone, we've got 2 races left on Dubai World Cup Night 2025. This is the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic, presented by Longines. And this horse is the one, I think it's fair to say, with the best European form in the race, perhaps just the best all-ends-up form in the race, rated 125. Kalandagan, who's found City of Troy and Unmat too good on the last 2 efforts. He's probably back over his best distance now.
Yeah, back up to the mile and a half is certainly positive, I think, and as you say, his European form is very solid. Second in the Juddmonte International, second in the QE2 as well, and he just hit a whole new height last year. He's the young pretender, isn't he? He's the young and improving horse, and how much more is there to come, we don't know, but certainly a good place to find out. And I thought he handled the prelims very well. He can get a little bit warm, but he actually isn't, and it's good to see that he's taken in the occasion in his stride.
And it would be fantastic for him to win in the colours of the late His Highness the Aga Khan. Kalandagan lining up for Mikhail Barcelona, their retained rider now for Francis Graffard. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum will be hoping that Rebels Romance wins this race yet again. And that horse is, it feels like I'm detracting from him to say he's the model of consistency, but he is. Things often go right for him because he's the horse he is, because he doesn't put a foot wrong in a race. He can dominate a race as a result. He's versatile, and he very rarely finds something too good.
He's talented, he's tough, and he's straightforward. So you know, it's everything you want in a champion racehorse, isn't it? He won this well last year. He just keeps bouncing back. He's an international star. You can't really fault him too much. Because of that, it will allow William Buick to just do whatever he likes. He can make split-second decisions once the stall's open, and he can keep it simple. I imagine he'll just sit handy with a lead and just travel comfortably. And will he be able to quicken up as well as Calandigan? Soon we find out.
Well, and that's what happened last year. He sat handy, he kicked clear, and that was it. Game over. And since then, he's added a second Breeders' Cup success, another win in Qatar. He's been absolutely foolproof, and he'll be hoping to win this race for a second time. Who do you think is the most likely winner?
I do think it's Calandigan. I just think he is the young, improving horse. I think Giavellotto can run a huge race. He was so impressive in the Hong Kong Vase. As long as he settles in the early parts of the race, then he will run well. I'm sure of it. He's handled the prelims better than I actually thought he would, and Marco Botti's very happy with how he's trained coming into this.
OK, loading process is underway. It's a great race to watch the start, so keep your eyes on it because it's right in front of the stands pretty much. 2,410 metres. They go into the first turn pretty quickly. It's time for the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic presented by Longines. Pat.
Thank you, Tom. 6 million up for grabs here. Second biggest purse of the night, and a wonderful field to contest as Shin Emperor looks to continue on after success in Saudi. He's the last to load away. Set to run in the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic. And away we go. Shin Emperor was one of the first to exit the machines with Dureza, Rebels Romance, and Danon Desal is going to find himself in behind. Diramil is up there along with Savinia. Then came Calandigan, who's back in traffic here, followed by Caliph, who's out to second to last. And the Hong Kong Vase winner in Giavellotto is last of all. Shin Emperor leads them out past the 2,000 metres, and he's got an advantage of a length and 3/4 on Dureza. It is the local in Rebels Romance who settles down third, 4 lengths off the leader. A length and 3/4 to Danon Desal. The inside of Savinia, the Japanese pair, race in 2. Then it came to Diramil, followed by Calandigan, who's back on the running rail. From Caliph, the Bahrain runner, in second last. Giavellotto is the last one. So they head to the mile marker. And it is up in front here, Rebels Romance, who's now going to inject some more tempo, and Yusei Sake is going to let him go. He sits second on Shin Emperor, followed there by Dureza, who's third. Tries to rein it back now on the leader, does Buick here, and bring the tempo once again out of the race. Savinia is 4th. 5th is Danon Desal, and Diramil is 6th. Half a length, now a length back to Calandigan, who's got 8 lengths to go on the defending champ, who's now leading up in front on a good clip, followed by Caliph, and out to the end, Giavellotto still last. Inside the 1,000 they go, and it's William Buick in the royal blue, looking to go back-to-back here with Rebels Romance. He's 2.5 lengths on Shin Emperor. Third was Dureza, 4th Savinia, and Danon Desal 5th the rail. Diramil was next from Calandigan, who's riding a very, very patient race, is Mikhail Barcelona. He sits third to last from Caliph, and Giavellotto is last. Rebels Romance off his win in Doha last start. He's fit as a fiddle. Inside the 550 he goes. He tries to make this a real staying test. He's got 2.5 to 3 lengths on Shin Emperor, who's now felt for. Dureza works up the inside to come off the heels of the leader. Then came Danon Desal from Savinia. Calandigan now out. Rebels Romance, he's hit top gear. Here's Danon Desal, and pouncing the outside, Danon Desal. He goes up. Rebels Romance can't do any more. Here's Calandigan trying with a late ask, but Danon Desal, the Japanese raid tonight, is on full force. Wins the Sheema Classic, and a third win for Japan on the night. Calandigan second over. Dureza in a photo with Rebels Romance. Giavellotto ran home well from Diramil. Then came next over was Shin Emperor. He had nothing to give there late. And the last two home to greet the judge, Caliph, along with the Shin Emperor at the back of the field, Danon Desal. The Japanese cannot be stopped tonight here at Maidan. They continue on their winning ways. Danox Co Limited and Shogo Yasuda team up with Kita Tasaki, and they take the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic for 2025.
It's more Japanese desert domination And Danon Desile has gone on to score and take out the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic. Keita Tasaki's got this absolutely spot on. He's sat, he's waited, he's been handy. Rebels Romance, he had to kick early because of pressure in behind. He hasn't quite sustained his run. Calandigan probably got going from a bit too far back, a little too late. And Danon Desile has run out a pretty comfortable winner in the end, dare I say it, to the Sheema Classic, Megan.
Yeah, he has. They haven't gone crazy fractions in front, and I think it's paid to be in the first half of the field. And as you say, Danon Desile has just been able to be weighted with, and once he asked him to stretch, he's shown a great turn of foot, and he was quickening clear at the line. I think he had a bit more left. I know Calandigan was closing, but I think the winner had a bit more, and it was a pretty explosive turn of foot. He wasn't for catching.
No, he's a horse who stays further, but he doesn't lack pace. That's pretty clear. The last success came over 2,200. He's won over this distance as well, but he has competed over 3,000 metres. And I think the key is, and we see it quite often out in the Middle East, when the ground is quick like this, it suits those Japanese horses. They like to hear those hooves rattle. They do it at home all the time, and it really suits them, and that's been proven again tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we've got it on repeat, haven't we? These Japanese horses are flying. They're coming here in top form. The track suits, the ground suits, and you know, they are just running out of their skin. I thought that Calandigan ran a huge race, and he's going to have a productive season back in Europe, no doubt. But he wasn't quite good enough on the day. He couldn't catch Danon Desile, who was placed perfectly turning into the home straight. And when asked to quicken, he did so pretty impressively, strong to the line, and as I say, he was not for catching.
Might be a while before we hear from our winning rider. We will do soon enough. But, Nick Lightfoot's Japanese lessons haven't quite paid off just yet, Megan, so we'll have to work on that for him. But we will no doubt hear from Winning Connections soon enough. But more success for Japan. I think the other point worth making is that this is the end of their season for those in the East, whereas the Europeans, etc., are just kicking off their season, so it's very much a starting point for them. I'm not saying they're not fit coming into this, but the Europeans, but they're aiming at a longer season, whereas these guys are at the back end of their campaign. They're hard fit, ready to roll, and they have won again, I think, with a bit of help we can hear from the winning rider.
How do you feel?
You nearly won the World Cup once.
Provincial results in the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic: 6-5, 2 and 4. 6-5, 2 and 4. Danon Desile, your winner, 227.05. Margins a length and a quarter by a length and 3/4. 6-5, 2-4. Race 8.
Okay, I think you can come whenever. Well, that was special. And it is Japanese success in the Dubai Sheema Classic. Keita Sasaki, the winning jockey, he actually finished second on World Cup night some years ago in the big one itself on a horse called Chua Wizard. And on this horse, Danon Desile, the Japanese Derby winner, I think he's looking over slightly worried, thinking I'm going to pose some questions to him. I've been assured that he won't be answering them in English, but as he poses for the worldwide photographers, I've got Toshi alongside, who is kindly going to translate. Come on, Toshi, walk alongside. Just how special a horse is this?
Very, very horse, good horse.
A very, very good horse. A Japanese Derby winner. I tell you what, you're better than I thought.
Yes. もうプレッシャーあったので、
A huge pressure on me, so it's great to win this race. Fantastic.
I'm going to keep this brief, but for the people in Tokyo, about 2:30 in the morning, they're watching, they're up late. How special is the message for them?
応援してくれた方ありがとうございます。よくデサイル頑張ってくれました。今後も応援お願いします。Very, very happy.
So thank you for cheering from Japan. That's such a great night, you know. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
We're all happy. Well done.
Please welcome back into the winner's enclosure the winner of the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic. We've heard from Keita Dasaki already, and he'll collect his prize very soon after the success on Danon Desai.
Correct weight is given in the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic. Correct weight 6.524. Danon Desai, your winner, 227.05. Margins 1 1/4 by 1 3/4. Correct weight in the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic.
So then let's show you the results of the feature turf race of the night, the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic Group 1, presented by Longines. There you go. From fourth upwards, carried out on his shield, the excellent Rebels Romance, first last year, fourth this year. Jarezza finishing in third for Japan. Kalandagan in second on this occasion. And joining an elite list of Japanese horses to win this race that includes the likes of Stay Gold, Heart's Cry, more recently Gentle Donna, the great mare back in 2014, and since then Shariar and the king of the lot, Equinox. Your Sheema Classic winner of 2025 for Japan, Danon Dasile.
Time for the presentation then of the Longines Dubai Sheema Classic presented by Longines. I'd like to welcome to the stage, please, a real friend of the Dubai World Cup. That is Mr. Patrick Aoun, who is the Regional Brand Manager, Middle East and Southeast Asia. Patrick, thank you ever so much. He'll be presenting 3 awards, including that stunning Longines Dubai Sheema Classic trophy to the winning owners. First of all, please welcome to the stage, representing Danox Company Limited, the winning owner of Danon Des